Hello guys, welcome back to another video here with me, Orcish Bowmasters. I've been doing a little bit less content on YouTube because I am and still are preparing for the regional championship in Ghent, which is going to be modern. If you're going to be there, don't hesitate to come and say hello. I'm not that shy, or you don't have to be shy towards me. I'm very open. So just putting that out there, and also wanted to say that, yeah, I really appreciate you guys all watching my stuff and commenting and liking and all that. For anybody who is maybe curious, this is actually, my job. I don't have an actual normal job. I do magic for a living. I do content coaching and tournaments and all that. So, every single view supports me in a way. So I really appreciate that. Just wanted to put that out there. Okay, we're doing Timeless yet again, and we're doing a deck by Omri, who was behind the Red Black Breach Storm deck, who initiated that. And I think he built another banger here with this Yawgmoth deck. Yawgmoth, a big deck in Modern these days, very powerful there. And actually, upon saying that, there has been a recent addition that is not included in this list, curiously enough, and maybe should be included, to be honest with you, because it is extremely powerful in Modern, and that is Agatha's Soul Cauldron. But, to be fair, this Timeless version has a different package that Modern doesn't have access to, which is the Natural Order package to get you either Craterhoof or an Atraxa. Super, super powerful. Yeah, especially also considering that, just gives you a totally different avenue of attack, and you put a bunch of small creatures into play, which makes Craterhoof very, very powerful, of course. This deck has the Yawgmoth angle, which you can go infinite with if you have a Prosperous Innkeeper in play, a Young Wolf, and another Young Wolf. You can keep sacrificing the Young Wolves to give -1/-1 counters to the other undying Young Wolf that already has a 1/1 counters. So the -1 counter and the +1 counters negate each other, they disappear, and you can keep sacrificing them and getting them back with the undying. But you need 2 wolves in play to do that. If you have an Innkeeper in play, that's literally, you can draw your entire deck. If you only have Young Wolves in play, 2 of them, that means you can draw as many cards as you have life to spend, which is obviously very egregious as well. And you have so many little creatures that whenever you drop Yawgmoth, you can usually start giving -1 on here, -1 there, obliterate your opponent's board position, and draw cards in the process. So it's very powerful. What we don't have in Modern is Deathrite Shaman. We only have the 4 halflings. And here you have Deathrite Shaman, another creature that is resilient to Bowmaster and ramps you, and is just absolutely perfect for the deck, of course. Very, very strong. And we also have the Blood Artist, which is the combo kill when you keep sacrificing your Young Wolves. Blood Artist kills your opponent. So that is something to get. But often, at least that's the case in Modern, often this deck just wins the fair game. Because it just kills your opponent's stuff and all that. To be fair, it doesn't have Grist, the Hunger Tide, which is a very, very strong card, especially in a fair game. So I guess we'll probably have more games decided by fetching up, one of these big haymakers than by grinding your opponent out via, Yawgmoth -1/-1 counters. Another card that we don't have access to in Modern is Once Upon a Time, another really powerful spell. And also, I guess this deck has also been a thing in Historic, if you've been playing that format, so that's cool. Phyrexian Tower is pretty awesome. I honestly, I'll see, but this is a card that I could see definitely as a 2-off, because it's just so good with ramping out Yawgmoth. But I guess on the contrary, you don't necessarily want to sacrifice things to get Yawgmoth going, because the fewer creatures you have on board, the worse the Yawgmoth is. So I guess that's a little bit of a non-bow, but still getting to speed up things. Also with Natural Order. I mean, if you have 2 green lands and a Phyrexian Tower, you can boom Natural Order turn 3. But I guess, besides Young Wolf, all your 1-drops make mana anyways. So that means that you can often turn 3 Natural Order anyways. So, and you can't really turn to it. Anyways, yeah, okay, cool. Boseiju's, Khalni Garden, and fetch lands. No Verdant Catacombs, unfortunately, a bit of a downer, but the rest of the deck pretty simple. Demonic Tutor as well. Could play some one-offs like Haywire Mite in the main deck, but it doesn't seem necessary too much. And I guess there's another combo with Hapatra, which basically, as far as I understand it, so whenever you put a -1 counters, if you have Hapatra in play and you start shooting stuff down or putting -1 counters with Yawgmoth, you get a 1/1 for each -1 counter. So Hapatra and Yawgmoth mean that you can just keep sacrificing these snakes, and every time you get another snake and can kill something. So that would also mean that you can... Well, you would need something to put a -1/-1 counters to, so you can't quite go infinite. Because you need something to put the -1 counters onto. But I guess you can always kill a snake, right? And then the snake dies, you get another snake, so you can go infinite. So yeah, I assume like Hapatra, Yawgmoth, and like Blood Artist or something like that is probably also a game. We'll figure it out. I'm not the biggest Yawgmoth player myself. Sideboard, this is just 75 cards, copy-pasted by Omri, so I'm trusting him. The sideboard looks pretty reasonable to me. We have Fatal Push and Thoughtseize as excellent interaction. We have Haywire Mite, Scavenging Ooze, Phyrexian Revoker, Tishana's Tidebinder as fetchable targets. Tidebinder is a cute one. Against the Titan opponent, you can Chord it up, I guess. And Deathrite can cast it for blue mana. Yeah, we have Elven Chorus, which is a card I really like in this deck. There's a bunch of creatures here, and it's just very powerful. Can just outgrind your JUND opponent, for example. Pylon, another removal, a Needle, of course. A couple of Veil of Summons makes sense. And yeah, the only card that I'm missing a little bit is the Cauldron. But again, Cauldron is very, very strong with Grist, the Hunger Tide. Grist is not legal here, so maybe the Cauldron is just not that good here. I could still see it like as a sideboard card though. Also good against graveyard decks, against Uro and even Deathrite Shaman. Pretty annoying for your opponent. If you have a Cauldron in play, they can't really activate Deathrite very well. So yeah, all in all, that is Yawgmoth, one of the more powerful decks in Timeless. Let's try it out. Alrighty, our opening hand. Wait, I guess if you have Fetchland, Deathrite, and Phyrexian Tower, you do have yourself a turn 2 natural order. I mean, Phyrexian Tower is just such a messed up card, especially in a deck with like powerful 4-drops. Maybe you just want 2 of them. Alrighty, Swamp Thoughtseize. Yeah, I also think this deck is kind of well positioned because it does something different, but still very powerful than the other combo decks. Like, I guess Ashiok is pretty brutal against you though. Yeah, maybe you need to play something in the sideboard to kill Ashioks, like Eliminate or something like that. Yeah, that's true. That's some good splash damage this deck will take. Bazooka Borg, what the heck? Okay. What is my opponent up to? So to be able to go natural order next turn, I need to play the Halfling here. Because if I go Bowmasters, play Halfling next turn, I only have 3 mana of the tower. Yeah. So I guess I think I'll just play tower here, to be honest. And if they kill this, yeah, that's actually pretty smart. If they kill this, I can play Bowmaster by sacking it into the tower. And if they don't kill it, well, they will stare down an Atraxa. Yeah. Pretty cheesy. Sort of trying the fair game now, but yeah, I mean, we have turn 3. Atraxa is just borderline broken. Demonic Tutor. Khalni Garden is something we can sacrifice into this Boseiju, into this tower, technically speaking. So it kind of is a tap land, but it also isn't, because we do have the tower, so it kind of negates the tap land effect. If I would take an untap land, like, I think it just gives me more flexibility in that sense. And I just take Yawgmoth, I guess. Right, pretty good. 4 cards. I mean, we don't have many sorceries. We have a lot of... I guess we have Natural Order as a sorcery in addition to the Tutor. We have 8 instants. Opponent just gives up. I don't know what's going on over there. Maybe a Necro deck. But yeah, I think this deck is quite good against like JUND midrange. JUND midrange seems to be, you know, one of the strongest fair decks in the format. And this deck not only has a fast-ish kill, it also is good against that. Haywire Mite and Needle, Revoker maybe even. Veil of Summer probably. Chorus maybe, that's a lot of cards. I'm scared about Ashiok. Ashiok could really blow me out because I have like 9 search effects. Yeah. So maybe I need Thoughtseize for Ashiok or Pylon, I guess. I kind of like Thoughtseize. Maybe Veil of Summer is just nonsense. And maybe Elven Chorus is also not what I want. And it's just so powerful against a black grindy deck. It's just such a game ender. Like, you basically, all your creatures make additional mana and you can just go through your entire deck. It's really powerful. What do I not like? Maybe the Bowmasters? I need to cut something. I mean, Once Upon a Time, Prosperous Innkeeper. Do I cut the Natural Order package? Nah. It's just too powerful. Maybe cut a Chord? Chord seems less good in this deck than it is in like the modern version, because you can't Chord for Grist, which is something you often do. And like, you can Chord for Yawgmoth, but I mean, it's just maybe not that necessary. Cut an Innkeeper, maybe a Once Upon a Time. It's tough. I don't know. I don't have much experience with Yawgmoth. Like, what are the cards you can trim on? I mean, Chord of Calling gets me Haywire Mite, so that's actually pretty strong too. But I do have Demonic Tutor as well. Maybe Bowmasters is just not that good against this opponent, although they might have rings. Just cut a Yawgmoth. I really want to play this Pylon. I kind of want to play Thoughtseize, but this deck you cannot dilute it too much, I think. I'm just gonna trim Once Upon a Time for a Pylon. And 1 Bowmaster for Thoughtseize. As you can tell, I don't really know what I'm doing. Adding a Chorus when you're running already this many 4-drops is also a bit weird. Alright, interesting. Maybe I should have just shaved on Yawgmoth? I don't know. Interesting hands. Interesting. It's probably not good enough. I mean, I kind of have the tools to disrupt my opponent, but these Yawgmoths look pretty terrible. And I don't have a second land. The Deathrite might get me a second land, but my opponent might not have fetch lands. And then it's bad. I'm gonna ditch it. Alright, this is better. This would be a great 7-card hand. I think I'll just get rid of this, maybe? I could get rid of the wolf. And then what? The wolf is kind of perfect with the natural order. I think it's fine. Yeah. I'm enjoying myself some tea, if anybody's curious what I'm drinking there. All right. Took the Thoughtseize, as you do. As you do. Okay. Okay. Oh shit. That's actually bad. Yeah, I could have played around Ashiok better there. Funny. Funny, not funny. I want to click the concede button at this point. Okay, yeah, that's a lesson learned. I guess play around Dark Ritual into Ashiok when you can. My hand is completely shut off. Alright. Alright. Yeah. This is the most brutal Ashiok I've ever seen. Just take the Revoker. Alright. That's at least something we can play. That's probably one of our better draws. I mean, I would be very surprised if I can make a comeback here. They just need to handle these little boys. And I'm probably going to be done for good. Wow. Oh, Blast Zone. Okay, yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, that's actually a good draw here. They're gonna pop the Blast Zone. I'm gonna get a 2/2 and have another Young Wolf. Oh man, can I actually beat this Ashiok? Imagine I would have been able to play the Revoker on turn 2 if I would have fetched an Overgrown Tomb turn 1 and played around this Ashiok a little bit. Then I would have been able to get Revoker turn 2 on the board, and then I would have already dealt with this Ashiok, and at that point I would have been able to tutor and stuff. Alright. So yeah, definitely gotta have that in mind, that could happen. Because there's not much upside here to keeping your fetches. Like there's no Brainstorm or anything. They got rid of the Craterhoof and the Blood Artist and the Chorus. I could get Bowmaster here. Probably just gonna... They clearly don't have anything. Probably just gonna do this. And pass. And then get like a Deathrite Shaman. So I can play the natural order. I probably should have fetched in the upkeep. So if my opponent is smart, they will realize that if I fetch here, they can just kill my guy. And I guess I get a swamp. They can just kill my guy and then I can't chord. So, make no mistakes here. Almost chorded for 0, but apparently my opponent, like, it didn't let me. I'm gonna activate a cast in response. Crazy that I'm winning this game. Yeah, I just had Ashiok, but no good follow-up. Alright, well, I guess I'm just gonna attack for free. Sack a Young Wolf. I wonder if there's gotta be some nasty creature I can natural order for that kind of like kills the breach deck, right? Okay, this is an artifact. That's awesome. Oh, nice. Look at all these juicy things I can get here. Which of these 1-drops do I want? Maybe more wolves? Look at that. Draw 5. Blast Zone. Get out of here. It's kind of funny. I'm going back and forth on Necro. Like at the beginning of this format, I was kind of down on Necro. I felt like, seems kind of weak, not that powerful. But now I think it's actually pretty damn good because I think people have realized, and I mean, I myself didn't do much work on it, on the deck, on like Necro decks. But I think people are figuring out the Necro decks more and more. And they're realizing that you actually have to just super aggressively mulligan. My opponent's pretty dead here. I play like Needle on Castle Logtway and start attacking, and then, yeah. My natural order doesn't do much here. Gets me a Hapatra, I guess. Yeah, so what I was going to say is that if you just mulligan very aggressively with Necro decks, you just go to Dark Ritual, Swamp, Necro, just mulligan, like you're playing a Tron deck, essentially. Then that will mean that you just mulligan to 3 or whatever, how long you have to mulligan to find the Necro, and at some point you're gonna find it. In most cases, if you just aggressively mulligan, and then you're gonna play turn 1 Necro, fill up your entire hand again, so the mulligan didn't cost you nothing, and then you play cards like Leyline of Sanctity or whatever, in addition to help you out, it's just very, it's if you build your deck correctly, and you mulligan very aggressively with these Necro decks, I feel like they're kind of difficult to beat. You need a very good set of cards early on to interrupt them, because they're gonna maybe draw into like Thoughtseize and whatever interruption, or like they're just gonna draw so many cards and go crazy if they have like some sort of combo in them or whatever. So, and I haven't really found anything that is able to beat that. I think you kind of just have to hope that these Necro decks fail, But again, like if they just mulligan very aggressively and you don't have that turn 1 Thoughtseize, turn 1 Spell Pierce because they might have been on the play, you know, if they win the die roll, you will only have one game where you actually have a 1-mana interaction spell on turn 1 because they will be on the play in the other 2 games, right? So, yeah, I don't know. It just seems... It doesn't seem so fun, honestly. Like, I don't really enjoy that type of gameplay. I feel like you kind of need 0-mana counterspells probably to make that a little bit fairer. That's my thinking right now. Or I guess you just ban or restrict Dark Ritual. That would also solve the issue. But at that point, maybe you take away some essential part away from Timeless. So maybe you just add free counterspells like Force of Negation, for example, or Force of Will, you know, or Daze. I don't know. And that would help very much and would keep the Necro deck a little bit in check, I think. Anyways, rant over. Let's play some more Yawgmoth. Alright. Alrighty. Playing against a Lurrus deck. This is a pretty good opening hand, I would say. Once upon a time, likely finding us another land. I must say, credits to Omri. This list looks quite nice. Really, usually I have complaints. Or not complaints, but like critical feedback, you know, I'm like pointing things out that are maybe not that good. But yeah, no, this list, like I looked at it and it just made a lot of sense to me, and it still does. Yeah. So kudos there. Doesn't mean that it's perfect or anything. It could still probably be improved. But for now, I don't really have any good suggestions. I'm sure that like one of those modern Yawgmoth experts might pick this deck up and like see immediate things they can do to improve it. But I'm not one of those, so I don't have any suggestions right now. Alright, hopefully we get to Bowmaster at least one of these channelers before they become a free, but yeah, they already have 3 types here. It's an instant, so if they have a Thoughtseize or, I don't know, some sorcery, I'm gonna be maybe in trouble. They don't even pop the bubble? What? It's highly unusual. Alright. They look at my library. I mean, you have 2 cards in hand. They give up? What the heck? What was on top of my library? What? I was thinking of casting Bowmaster here, plays around a Drown in the Log. That was my thought process. It might be a deck that plays Drown in the Log. Spell Pierce. But I kind of wanted them to fetch enough turn, which I think is most likely to happen. So I was waiting. I was thinking on that for a quick moment, and then I was going to pass the turn here, and then they likely fetch, and then I play Bowmaster and kill one, and with the bubble in the upkeep, I kill another one. I don't know why they conceded there. That was a bit... that was interesting. Okie dokie. Yeah, I really have a hard time sideboarding, honestly. Maybe the Innkeeper is one of the weaker pieces. Veil of Summer seems good. Pylon doesn't seem terrible against... I mean, Fatal Push doesn't seem terrible against the Lurrus deck, to be honest with you. Natural Order seems a bit shaky against someone with Spell Pierce, that's for sure. There won't be Ashiok likely, so that's good news. Yeah, I don't know. This is tough. Like, Innkeeper also seems pretty decent. But I guess maybe because it's a fair matchup, I can take some of these combo-ish cards out. I also really like Veil of Summer. I mean, this is some Grixis shit. Veil of Summer's gotta be good here, right? There's just so many good sideboard cards. Yeah. Maybe just get rid of the Blood Artist. 1 chord. Maybe once upon a time. When you don't know what to do, clearly. Just kick out one here, one there. That is a fine strategy. Like, if you don't know, if you're playing a deck you're not very experienced with, and it's like a linear combo-ish deck, like this one, then just take out a card that, yeah. Cut here and there a little bit. So the problem with this hand is that we have a Atraxa in our hand, and there's no way of getting it back into our deck. So that's a bit unfortunate. Makes our natural order a lot weaker. Otherwise, this hand is kind of decent. It's pretty good, I would say. The question is, are we okay with that, I guess? Are we okay with the fact that we will never be able to fetch for Atraxa? I think we are. I think we can get into board situations where... sorry, what was... where Craterhoof Behemoth will be as devastating. My opponent might be playing Shadow, so they will be going on low life total, and then if I get a Craterhoof, it will also be devastating, so I don't necessarily need the Atraxa. Ragavan. Alright. Man. It's kind of nice to be playing a deck that has both Once Upon a Time and Bowmasters, right? It increases the odds of finding Bowmaster. It's pretty nice, not gonna lie. Yeah, just fetching Forest. I mean, there's not that much black in this deck. There's Yawgmoth double black, you have to have that. And then there's the Orc. That's mainly the only black cards, the Demonic Tutor, I guess. Yeah. You got a block here, that's fine. Alright, I guess they take the Innkeeper. And not having Grist makes your mid-game a little worse for sure. Chord of Calling, yep, that's not great here. I might just pick another Innkeeper here, which is kind of insane. Yeah, I mean, I kind of need a green creature. I don't need a green creature. What am I talking about? I don't have natural order, so there's no Dryad Arbor in this format. But maybe I'll just take the Orc. Opponent has 3 different types, and they missed the land drop, actually. Yeah, I think I'm just going to take the Orc. It sets up Chord. It's good with Yawg. You know. Yeah, I could have also taken a land, I guess. I think I could have taken Khalni Garden. Yeah, Khalni Garden is pretty good here. Maybe I should have taken Khalni Garden. Play it here. Have a creature for Yawg, have a creature for Chord. Yeah, maybe I should have taken Khalni Garden. Dryad Arbor is so damn good with natural order. It's kind of sad that it's not in this format yet. Well, I got rewarded for taking the Orc. That's for sure. Maybe taking the Orc overall is safest. I'm just gonna fetch here. I don't want to get stifled or whatever. Just fetch. Only 2 stuck. There's like 1 swamp, 5 fetchable lands. A bit on the low end. I might want to play a 3rd Overgrown Tomb over like a Blooming Marsh or whatever. It's a bit on the low end of fetchables. Like if I keep drawing fetches, I'm not gonna be too happy. Yeah, Pithing Needle. I guess I didn't put in Haywire Mite. I guess you have to assume that people will have some answers. Like will have Pithing Needle. At which point, like everybody has Pithing Needle. They're all gonna name it on your boy Yawgmoth. And now I only have 2 Boseijus to get the job done. That's kind of sad. Yeah, and I really don't have anything else to. Oh, I know what this deck should play. This deck should play 1 Shieldred. Yeah, I think it should. Like having 1 Shieldred is kind of important, I think, especially in like post-board situations. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna play Yawgmoth, which is kind of funny. Just play my 2/4. It's not. I could Chord for a Bowmaster, but it doesn't really do anything. Could also play more Khalni Gardens. Khalni Garden being a tapland is awkward, but Khalni Garden is pretty nice. Both with Chord of Calling and also with good old Natural Order. Yeah. Yeah, if I had a Haywire Mite here, this would be a lot more chill. I don't have it in my deck though, which I guess you just, in the dark on the ladder, you just have to put it into your deck post-board, because your opponent might just have Needle, very likely. Okay, a 4-color deck. That's the worst draw. Yeah. Don't really have anything good to fetch besides Bowmaster. Alright. Just gonna attack. My opponent doesn't know anything about my hand. Yawgmoth is certainly worse. Also without Grist, you don't have that much 1/1s. Gets worse in this deck for sure. Nah, pretty sad state of affairs here. This is not a game I should lose. Normal circumstances. If I had just not done the mistake that I did. I think I'm not even gonna chord here. Drew it naturally, alright. Sort of have to read that cards in hand. Doesn't help, of course. Yeah, I mean, you're playing a natural order deck without Brainstorm, that will mean you will sometimes just be stuck with it. And Yawgmoth, Pithing Needle, is pretty unfortunate that I drew 2 more Yawgmoths in this game. RNG, Magic the Gathering. Unfortunately, it is like that. These could have been different spells, definitely, but they weren't. And you cannot really complain about it, because it's just how it is. You can complain about it, but it doesn't do you anything. Inti plus Death Shadow is interesting. I've not seen that before. One's at 9. I could sack this, play Bowmaster, then chord for a Bowmaster, kill the Inti off. I guess I'll do that. Demonic Tutor goes. Don't want my opponent to find like Stubborn and Isle here or something like that. They can also do even more damage. They can kill me in 2 swings. Maybe, not really though. Okay. Let's let it happen. Bobble. Alright. No blocks. Okay, no fetching by them. Playing it safe. Bubble, yeah. Alright, this could get ugly for my opponent. This had trample. There was no point in jumping. Just for anybody who's like, why did you not block Honor? Did I need it to do this? I actually needed to do this. Yeah, all my creatures are black, so I can't produce green mana with any of my creatures. Just orc beats. Orc beats. And I get 2 more triggers from this bubble. So, yeah, GG. Even crippled with like a mulligan to 4. Able to somehow win this game. Opponent missed the land drop, to be fair. But yeah, Shieldred is a nice tutor target you can get with Chord in situations like these. I'll put a shield in here. Okay. Yeah, I think this is too bad. Sure, this might find us a land, but at that point we only have one land. The hand has really just dudes, not payoff. I guess Wall of Roots is also missing. That's another huge card in the Yawgmoth deck that this deck does not have. Yeah, it has Innkeeper instead, but that's a lot weaker. Alright, I added a second Khalni Garden. You're already seeing it here. So I can go Deathrite turn 1, turn 2 Khalni Garden. I can also go turn 2, turn 1 Khalni Garden, turn 2 Khalni Garden, play Deathrite. Maybe better. Because I have double Khalni Garden. Thinking about just keeping both natural orders. It's better against Thoughtseize. It's like, sure, Chord can get me, I don't know, Orc or something like that. But yeah, natural order is a pretty good card. I'm starting with green. Sure. I'm not gonna use this anyways. Because I need it. Like, I'm not gonna ramp next turn with my Shaman because I need it for turn 4. Nice. Haven't cast a spell. Interesting. I guess land is best. Land, Halfling. Halfling, maybe. Khalni Garden is also gross with Craterhoof. Right. Just get Halfling. Opponent's playing green is elf. I might get natural ordered here. So now next turn I can play Khalni Garden, play natural order, sack a Khalni Garden, but just, yeah, and then get Atraxa, I guess. There's the natural order. Primeval Titan, what is this? Okay. I think it's mono green. Channel. Okay, just cards. Yeah, this is probably like a C tier deck. Like, this just doesn't look very good at all. But turn 3 natural order, of course, threatening. Against anybody. But yeah, like, if you play a natural order deck, I have to assume that just playing Yawgmoth is a lot better than playing. Especially considering that Llanowar Elf is just very risky in a Bowmaster format compared to these two friends. Alrighty. I'm thinking about just setting up my board so I have a kill next turn with Craterhoof. So they go up to 27 and then basically block as well, so they go up to 34. I will have another Khalni Garden token, these two friends, and then I have to sack one creature, and I can use the treasure for the natural order, so I don't have to tap anything. So then I'll get Craterhoof in play with 5 other creatures in play. That is 6+6 to the team. If they block the Craterhoof, which is it also trample? God, my time is ticking. I think I'm just gonna go for that line. It seems a little bit better than going like for Atraxa here, even though that's fine too. I could go for Atraxa and then next turn go for the other line. Yeah, my rope was running out. Gain trample. They also gain trample. Okay, so the Craterhoof would have trample. So it's 34 life. And I have 6+6 on everybody. Yeah, that's 12. So I guess I sack this. That's 12, 7, that's 12, 6, 13, 20, 27, 34. And then plus Plus the Craterhoof is another 11. So it's 34. It's 45 trample. My opponent will be at a lot fewer life now because they played Channel, so I guess they're just dead. So it's 45 trample, yeah. And they have 20 life and 14 toughness, so they're dead. Careful, careful, careful. Must have did a little mistake there. Yeah, Khalni Garden seems very good. It's both just good with Craterhoof and with Natural Order at enabling. Yeah, this is just insane. Like, this is a very good Craterhoof deck, so you will get very fast kills. I just easily beat a Natural Order turn 3 on the play, which is not easy to do with normal decks. Yeah, that's insane, actually. It's pretty good. I really like that aspect about this deck. It just might be able to kill. Like, it threatens a very quick kill with Craterhoof and the right draw, which makes me wonder if the whole Yawgmoth package is even, you know, good. But I guess having the Yawgmoth package and it being so different to the Natural Order stuff is sort of giving you 2 avenues of attack, which is pretty good. That was impressive. All right. Pretty straightforward matchup, I would guess. Fatal Push seems nice. Not sure. I mean, they might also have Pithing Needle, of course, but I feel like this is a secondary game plan here. The main game plan is this thing. But they might have... Nah, they're not running Grafdigger's Cage because they're running Natural Order themselves. Yeah, so I think I'm just gonna cut the Hapatra, maybe? Hapatra is pretty powerful. I changed the list a little bit. I cut the 2 Blooming Marsh for an Overgrown Tomb and a Khalni Garden, and I added a Shieldred over a Fatal Push. Yeah, maybe trim on chords. Maybe... Just so tough. It's tough. The chord doesn't seem spectacular here. Innkeeper, play Fatal Push Thoughtseize. Demonic Tutor. It's pretty a bit slow. It's like we have a lot of these selections effects. I'm not sure if you can play all of these, you know, like what I mean. Like chord seems a lot worse in this deck too. It's very good with Wall of Roots. It's good getting grist. It's just a lot worse in this deck. Still good probably, but a lot worse. I really don't want to cut any early creatures. I might even think about cutting this thing. I don't know. Maybe Demonic Tutor. I really have the Natural Order, so Demonic Tutor can get me Natural Order. I think Yawgmoth... I mean, Yawgmoth is probably going to be good too against a draw where they don't go Natural Order turn 3. Okay, yeah, this is good enough for me. This is pretty good. I really like the Innkeeper too in a Natural Order deck. It's just so simple. It works very well with both plans. It just makes sense. I mean, you would rather play Wall of Roots, of course, but you don't have that, so it's fine. Utopia Sprawl. That's a good card to play if you're mono green. That's very nice. Ooh, shit. I guess I take Bowmasters? No, Greenland is bad news. Okay, what do we have? Payoff or Mana Dog? They already have some ramp. This runs into my Orc, but they will never offer it. They'd be stupid to do so. Prime time is very slow. If I take the Druid, it's 2, 3 mana. I can just take the mana. Taking the mana is also better if they draw another payoff that's like cheaper, like a Nisso or something. Okay. That was not the best draw. I'll get this out of here immediately because I do have a second Bowmaster if they draw Llanowar Elf, and I do not want them to Natural Order. Yeah, shit. I mean, the Once Upon a Time missing on green lands is rough. That's good beats, I guess. Isn't this so? Yeah. All right. Oh well, this was a non-game. Happens sometimes, you know. Happens to the best of us. If I sack this, I could trade my Bowmaster for this. I guess, yeah, I would have to do that because otherwise, shit. How do I win this game? So if I draw untapped land, I can go Yawgmoth, then start sacking shit. That's probably my best bet to winning. But I'm not going to be able to get this off the board so they can resolve at prime time. Yeah, tough. Tough game. Can't win them all. All right, GG. It's okay. I mean, we had a five cards to hit with the Once Upon a Time. I think we got a bit unlucky there. It's starting to think that Fatal Push might not be what I want on the play. Like, I think I just want proactive things. I could revoke the Nissa, I guess. Maybe that's reasonable. Like, I can, on the play, I can Bowmaster their 1/1. If they have Paradise Druid, I can't kill it anyways with Fatal Push or Bowmaster. No. Not bad, not bad. Okay. So how much is this? I mean, I have to sack 1, then I get 3+3 on everybody. That's 4, 8, 16. It's not enough. Yeah, I'm just gonna set up for a kill next turn, I think. I could get something like Atraxa. But they don't really have tools to beat Natural Order Craterhoof, I think. And I don't think it makes much sense to sack like Innkeeper here and attack for 16. Could play this first, and it's free 1+1 more, but with 1 less attacker. Yeah, 16 is just not enough. I think that doesn't make much sense. I think I'm just gonna go for the kill next turn. All right. Let's do this first. Just Undying Wolf. Innkeeper, Undying Wolf doesn't change much. Undying Wolf is actually better, right? It's a lot better, actually. Because I can... do I attack for the Innkeeper? Probably, yeah. Pretty free, I think. Yeah, now I can... I can sack the wolf and have like 1 extra creature. So the only thing that could go wrong here is if I draw the Craterhoof. Or something absurd happening over there. Something unexpected. Okay. Well, that's good, but if it's just Atraxa, it's not good enough. They need like... I don't know what they need, honestly. Okay. That doesn't do anything, right? I'm slightly confused. I wouldn't... I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'm missing something. Probably not. I don't know why this is better than Atraxa. It just does literally nothing. I mean, I guess they have some sort of Planeswalker combo shenanigans, maybe, where they can play with Planeswalker and then have double the amount of counters. I have no clue. Maybe they were planning to doing something weird next turn. Maybe Ugin. I don't know. Ugin Emblem. They didn't have enough mana for Ugin Emblem, though. I don't know. Whatever. Play first, of course. Sure. Yeah. So far, the angle, the stronger angle certainly has been the natural order angle. It's just, I mean, it's just so bonkers. Just put some creatures into play. And the natural order for Craterhoof is pretty unfair. Huh. Interesting. So, I guess Yawgmoth, right? I think Yawgmoth's a bit better here. Could probably just go Overgrown Tomb in this situation. Could go Forest technically, but it seems a bit risky with Yawgmoth in play in hand. Overgrown Tomb as well. Oh, the mirror match likely. People know what's up. Alright, well, I want to play, have a good draw. Yep. It is indeed the mirror match. I have the Yawgmoth first, so I have a huge advantage, as you can tell, probably. Green. They might have Bowmaster, actually. Very unsuspected. Yeah, in response, I will shoot this, sack this, and shoot this, sack this. Was I able to chord there? I was, huh? Wasn't I? No, I wasn't. No, I wasn't. What am I talking about? I was not able to chord there. I had one too few green cards. You have the Bowmaster, you gotta be a little careful. Even if you kill, like if you kill the Bowmaster with the ability, they're still gonna get an Orc token. Just to let you know. But yeah, this is, I assume like I cannot really lose this game if I don't mess up. As long as I keep the green creatures off the board, they can't natural order. So yeah. If I don't do anything stupid, this should be a win. Because at this point, like, I can just play Orc, kill off the Orc, and then I fetch Wolf. Right. Or Hapatra. Hapatra? Wolf, Hapatra. It's kind of the same, isn't it? I think it's the same. So I want to tap these two. Yeah, that sounds good. And then I get the wolf. Now you get to see the combo. Pay 1 life, sacrifice a creature. I guess I target up to 1 is here, and then I sack my wolf. And now I can draw a bunch of cards. And I can, yeah, let me see. Yeah, no, this is just game. Because I can just do this. No, I have to do this. And I have the chord already in hand, so now I can just do chord for 2. And get Blood Artist, and that's game. Yeah, so I do this 17 times, and they lose 17 life, and I win the game. Go infinite. Not infinite, but you know what I mean. Alright, yeah, Yawgmoth killing on turn 4. This deck is powerful. So now we also got to see the Yawgmoth route of winning. So yeah, it's powerful stuff. Okay, mirror match. Gotta assume that Fated Push is good. Mirror match. Yeah, I mean Pithing Needle and Revoker, not the greatest, I guess. You just gotta kill the elves. Like, being on the play is huge in this matchup. So it's very fast. Maybe Thoughtseize is needed. Although I kinda do want to stay consistent as well. And keeping everything means I'm the most consistent I can be. Tough. I find it so difficult to cut with this deck. To cut cards, it's so difficult. Like, I want the Thoughtseize, but what do I take out? Maybe Atraxa? I mean, if I draw the Craterhoof, it's nice to have Atraxa as a findable thing. I just don't see anything I can cut. For the Thoughtseize, I could trim like these things, I guess. I could go lower on the Once Upon a Time. Don't really want to do that. Once Upon a Time is a pretty messed up card. Even Pylon probably should be in here. This is tough. I don't know. Yeah, the deck, I feel like I want to, even on the draw, I want to stay pretty streamlined, I feel like, but maybe that's wrong. Like, on the draw, you technically have to take a little bit more of a interactive approach, right? Because you are one step slower than your opponent. So cards like Thoughtseize become a little bit better. Or Fatal Push. I mean, Fatal Push seems very, very important. Fatal Push seems like one of the best sideboard cards in this matchup. Just having the ability to kill the 1-mana dork is very huge, and then also the ability to kill. Oh, that was a bad draw. Overgrown Tomb, I guess. No fetches either. No Deathrite Shaman making mana situation, unfortunately. And they have more fetches, okay. They're also gonna fetch immediately. Okay. Yeah, this is just... Oh wow, that was big. That was big draw. So I can keep their Deathrite with my Deathrite in check. So that's good. We have a mirrored situation here. Okay, that's not that impressive. They're longing for lands, I see. Probably have some haymakers in hand. Yeah, Thoughtseize would be pretty nice. I don't even have the ability to fetch for Thoughtseize now. I can fetch for Fatal Push. Doesn't do a whole lot. I can natural order for Atraxa. I can't next turn, I mean. I can't do anything right now. This mana doesn't work. What is the Demonic Tutor for? Fatal Push on the Deathrite? Would be nicer to have at least one Thoughtseize. I kind of would want to Thoughtseize them right now. The Deathrite doesn't make mana, so... I could also get my own Yawgmoth, but then I need to draw land. I could also fetch me a land, or like a halfling, I guess. And then cast my own natural order next turn. The Deathrite doesn't do anything right now because of my own Deathrite. But I guess Fatal Push is better than my... Fatal Push is better because it kills a creature over there and also gives me a mana dog. So it's just best. And just have to hope that they miss a land drop here. Nope. Yeah. There was not much I could do. If I had Thoughtseize in my deck, I could have Thoughtseized them, which is probably the best course of action there. Alright. Well, depending on how good this is, because it's gonna be Atraxa, I assume. This could be a bad Atraxa, and I have Atraxa now too, so we'll see. Okay, they put a needle, wow. Alright. Interesting. And Scavenging Ooze? Did they decide to just take out Yawgmoth? And just go for natural order only? That's interesting. Like, it doesn't make sense to bring in Pithing Needle otherwise. Pretty sick that they have 5 hits there. Alright. Alright. So Atraxas are just gonna trade. But they have a Craterhoof, I guess. We'll see. I mean, Craterhoof isn't that... I mean, they can play another creature, sack that, and then they have 4/4 on everybody. And trample. But they can't attack the small ones, because then I can eat them with Atraxa. Okay. Mistakes have been made. Shouldn't you play the creature first to get one more pump? Okay. What? Oh, I see what they're doing. They want to fatal push their own creature here. But I can just do this. And then I take 16. Wait, I can just do this then. So I take 17, go to 1. Then I gain 7 back. They don't kill this, I gain 7 there. So if they kill this, I can then in next turn get Yawgmoth with Hapatra and put a bunch of -1 counters on everything. Interesting. Okay, well, I'm back up to 8. This was a terrible Craterhoof, sorry to say, but this was just terrible. That didn't, yeah, okay, no, might just win the game here. So, go Hapatra, get me, yeah, I mean, I have 15, yeah, this is just insane. I have enough, right? Do I have enough? 2, 3, I don't have enough. I have to tap my Atraxa. So I have to do everything in combat, which is fine, I guess. So I can play this first. Yeah. Attack. Now Chord. No, they're not blocking, okay. It's free to play Bowmaster here, right? Because I can just Chord still, and it's just free. Yeah. Root here. Yep. Yep. And now, yeah, I can shoot as many things as I have life, basically. I can pay 7 life, draw 7 cards, and kill off the Atraxa. Yeah, I did have fun. Yeah, my opponents, they would have played Deathrite first. the Undying Wolf would have been a 6/6, so they would not have been able to attack with it. But they could have sacked Deathrite, and they would have had the Khalni Garden as well to attack with, which would have been a 4-power creature. Alright. They could have attacked with everything. I don't know if that would have resulted in them winning that turn. I can always jump with Atraxa. But the way they did it was definitely not good. Like, the Craterhoof there didn't do enough impact. Maybe what they should have done is just kill a thing and play Needle on Yawgmoth. And just attack for 7. And like, if I trade, I trade. And then you have natural order for Craterhoof later on. But I only had like, what did I have on board? I only had like a 2/2 and a 1/2 and Atraxa. So I had not much. I had a no, I didn't even have a Khalni Garden token, I think. Yeah, so like, or you can just like trade the Atraxas, kill off the Deathrite, play Needle on Yawgmoth. I only have a Young Wolf. I have my Atraxa gone, so I can natural order you effectively. That would have been a much better line than they took. Yeah. Play first, yes please. Yeah, missing the payoff. We have 4 chords, 4 Once Upon a Time, 4 Yawgmoth, 4 Natural Order, 16 cards. Pretty happy to have, like, you know, all your best hands have turn 1 creature. So pretty happy to just have that here and keep and hopefully draw some good stuff. Playing against the fair deck, which Giganta likely is, maybe a JUND opponent or something like that. The Bowmasters will be quite good too, so additional bonus, I guess. Interesting. Probably. Yeah. I think I'll just do this. Not super confident, but yeah. You, like in these Bowmaster mirrors, you don't necessarily want to be the person who plays the Bowmaster first. You want to be the one that plays it second. I might lure out a Bowmaster by playing these 2 1-toughness creatures. And yeah, so I think passing there and playing a Bowmaster end of turn isn't as good as just developing the Young Wolf. Alright, JUND it is, Tarmogoyf. So yeah, I assume it's just the stock JUND deck. Yeah, we're on top deck mode. Have to hope we draw something good. There's no creature in the bin. No, there is creature in the bin. An instant. So if I play Bowmaster, they might have some spells to interact with me, that's the issue. And then deal damage here, then block with everything, and they have 1 spell. Yeah, no. 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 It's too risky. I could maybe deal... Alright, I'm missing a land. Okay, that looks like a Bowmaster to me then. Or could just be Lightning Bolt, I guess. They were thinking maybe there, because you gotta be careful sometimes. Like, if you have Chord in hand, you don't want to... You sometimes want to fetch in your own turn, so that if you fetch, they can't kill your creature and respond, and you can't Chord for the number that you wanted to Chord for anymore. Just gotta keep that in mind. Just attack. I'm not gonna jump block yet. Think I'm keeping up double Bowmasters or just playing a wolf? I'll just play a wolf. This might bait out another Bowmaster. So now I could shoot the token. Then shoot a Bowmaster. It's interesting. Maybe I just shoot the token after the damage happens. Or like, they're tapped out, doesn't matter. And now I have a formidable force, I might say. Like I have decent power, 6 power. Innkeeper. Some life gain. Attack everybody. I wonder if I should kill a Bowmaster pre-blocks. I don't think so. You're probably gonna block my Bowmaster. I don't know. It's pretty scary to play JUND against this deck. Like, I have so many insane top decks. Alright. Sure. Alright. I have 8 power now, they're 10. Goif's still a 3/4, no sorceries. Oh wow, I did not play around Blood Moon whatsoever, by the way. That was pretty terrible by me. That was a huge punt. Yeah. Like, there was no reason to fetch all these Overgrown Tombs. That was very, very bad. Pretty funny. like fetching 2 Overgrown Tombs, okay. But like, honestly, no, you just fetch small. It's just hilarious. I just completely blanked on it, even knowing that they play Blood Moon. Like, I was aware, but I just didn't think about it. Alright, we drew a pretty good one. You can technically also like get Atraxa, right? So 5, 6, 11. But no, this is just Yawgmoth, right? Because yeah, it's 100% Yawgmoth. So what I do here, I tap, I go for X equals 4, tap, I wanted to activate ability. Yeah, okay, so this, I guess this, and sure, and then a couple mountains. And now I sack the Bowmasters, I guess. Alright, and now I sack so I basically can draw my entire deck here. Yeah. Draw my entire deck if I want to. Infinite life with these guys. Not infinite life, but infinite activations. And then with green, and Wolf up, I will find Chord of Calling, and then Blood Artist, and then I have a kill. That's what's happening here, because these 2 are going to be untapped if I want them to, and then I have 1 forest and a treasure, and I have plenty to get the Blood Artist, so they're just dead. Yeah. Yeah, this matchup's probably good, if you play around Blood Moon properly. Okay. I wouldn't even know what to cut, honestly. Might want this. Because they might have Needle. Yeah. I don't think I want to trim any of my value cards. I think Fatal Push isn't really that important in this matchup either. It's nice to have, but it's not really what this is about. The Ooze is also nice to have. But it's also not what this is about. Maybe the Shieldred? Shieldred seems kind of decent, honestly. Let's kick out Hapatra. I think Hapatra is like another nice to have thing, but it's not really important. And it kind of dies to Lightning Bolt, which I don't like. While Shieldred does not die to Lightning Bolt, that's for sure. And these JUND decks usually play like... I mean, they might have 4 Fatal Push post board, which would be annoying, I guess. Thoughtseize? Deathrite. Okay. Oh. Now I'm wondering if I should even play a fetch land. If I play fetch land, get forest, they might Blood Moon me turn 2. I could just play fetch land, do nothing else. Don't play halfling. Then get forest swamp or something like that. Or forest. Play halfling innkeeper or play innkeeper next turn. Super interesting. Very interesting turn. I mean, if they have a fetch land here, they can still play the Blood Moon. Yeah. That would be the worst case, I guess. Okay. No fetch land means no Deathrite activation. That makes me happy. But my hand is just unfortunately doomed to crack a fetch at some point. So, yeah. I don't know. Maybe I should have just played Khalni Garden there. Are they gonna slam Blood Moon with only black in play? I don't think so. I guess they could draw a green fetch land exactly. But then they, yeah, I guess then they have to draw it, right? They don't have it in hand. I just don't want to play another fetch land here and not be able to cast anything. This Khalni Garden lets me cast things, so that's why I play it. Alright, well, yeah, Deathrite. Not that good sometimes. They have Bowmaster here. Yeah, I mean, just Yawgmoth, Halfling. Halfling runs into Fatal Push. I think Yawgmoth is a bit better with the natural order. I'm just gonna go fetch in my turn next turn and like put an Atraxa into play. I think they're just gonna concede to that likely. That's my plan here. Don't crack any fetches against these Deathrites. Yeah. Nice. They're cut off from a mana source even. Killing the Undying Yawgmoth. Oh, and exiling it now. Yeah, okay. I can see that. I still have the Khalni Garden token though, so... I could just fetch EOT. How hard do I play around Blood Moon? I could get Overgrown Tomb Forest and then fetch Swamp. That's pretty good, right? Yeah, I think that's best. Then I have double black, but I still have 1 black land against and one green land against Blood Moon. And I have like Treasure and Halfling to cast Yawgmoth. Or Natural Order. And I'm gonna cast Natural Order here anyways. I guess they can... Now they can... Nah, I mean, they could have done it anyways. I can Bowmaster my 0-1 here. It's a bit sad. If they're not killing my 0-1, they're in trouble. This is the last moment they have. Whoop. Well, they didn't. Which I assume they don't have it. that's a concession. Pretty simple game. I think I identified how this game, you know, you could have, yeah, just sometimes if your opponent plays Deathrite, you just don't fetch and apparently stifle them completely. I identified that weakness after they played the Boseiju on turn 2. It was very clear. And then I just played around that and then won the game. To be fair, my opponent maybe shouldn't keep a hand that has Swamp, Boseiju, or Deathrite as the only mana sources, because it is very reliant on your opponent having the fetch. And I don't know. Yeah, I guess they had double Deathrite, Fatal Push, something like that, and these 2 lands. Close keep. I can see why you would want to keep that, but it's also pretty mediocre. They didn't even have Bowmaster. They didn't play it in end of turn in that one turn, so they didn't even have Bowmaster. They just kept like that and were really reliant on me fetching, which I didn't. So yeah, against a different opponent, they might have gotten there, but I saw their weakness and exploited it. All right. Alrighty, that was Yawgmoth, which I really enjoyed playing. I think, did we even, yeah, we dropped the game against the mono green player who, oh yeah, because we never played a third land, right? We're color screwed. Yeah, but besides that, I think we 2-0'd everybody. Deck's pretty freaking great, I must say. And we didn't play against the busted Necro stuff. So I guess we did in game 1, and we even beat an Ashiok, but yeah, my opponent didn't have a good draw. Or didn't mulligan aggressively enough to the Necro, which I believe is the strategy with those decks. In any case, we're talking about Yawgmoth, and yeah, this deck is fantastic. If you want to beat up on all these JUND opponents, I think this is the perfect deck, because you can play easily around Blood Moon with your mana dorks and fetching green lands early on, and you know, a forest also. So yeah, this deck's just, I don't even know what it loses to really, like maybe Demir Control, I guess. But there you can sort of play this little chip damage game and attack with Undying Wolf over and over again and like end of turn Bowmaster and just be annoying. But yeah, Demir Control might be a tough matchup after all. Although, hey, Halfling makes Yawgmoth uncounterable, so they do have to, you know, take care of everything on curve, and if they don't have that Fatal Push early on to really slow you down, you might sneak one through. And I mean, Demir Control also doesn't see that much play. I think it's just not a very popular deck. And overall, I don't even know like what's a really bad matchup. I think Storm, you could argue, is maybe because, you know, they can go off like crazy. You could argue maybe that Titan is better because it can be faster and more consistent. But yeah, this deck is also very fast and consistent. So, you know, it's just a racing situation at that point. And this deck is like a little bit more difficult to hate on, I guess. And yeah, I guess we do have an answer for the Sheoldred in Pylon. I don't know if there's anything creature-based that kills a Sheoldred. I mean, there is like Sky, sorry, not a Sheoldred, there's kills the Ashiok. There's like the spider for 4 mana. Skyfish or spider or something like that. That comes to mind. I don't know if there's anything else that kills Planeswalker. There probably is, but nothing. I don't know. Yeah, let me know in the comments, I guess, if you find something. But yeah, this deck is probably one of the better decks in the format. I'm honestly gonna say here to the end that I'm kind of running out of ideas to try for this format, so I might just play some standard. There's the standard RCQ season. I know not everybody loves standard, not everybody loves Timeless either, not everybody loves Explorer. I'm just gonna do some videos on that and then maybe go back to Timeless when you know, I have some new ideas that I want to try. All right, guys, as always, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time.